Imagine waking up one day and realizing that everything you see, the stars, galaxies, time itself, has already happened before. Not once, not twice, but endlessly. Civilizations rising, collapsing, and vanishing without any memory. What if the universe doesn't move forward forever, but resets, again and again, every billion years? Welcome to Information World. The universe is usually described as a one-way journey. It began with the Big Bang, it expanded, stars were born, galaxies formed, life emerged, and eventually, everything is expected to fade into darkness or collapse. But what if this story is incomplete? What if the universe is not a straight line, but a loop? A cosmic cycle that restarts itself after reaching a certain point, like a reset button pressed every billion years. This idea may sound like science fiction, but it is deeply connected to real scientific theories, unresolved mysteries, and some of the most mind-bending questions humans have ever asked. To truly understand what a restarting universe would mean, we need to rethink time, existence, memory, and even reality itself. Let's begin with the concept of cosmic cycles. Some ancient civilizations believed the universe was eternal and cyclical. In these views, creation and destruction were not opposites, but partners in an endless dance. Modern physics, surprisingly, has not fully rejected this idea. In fact, several serious scientific models suggest that the universe may undergo repeated phases of expansion and contraction. One of these ideas is known as the Big Bounce. Instead of the universe beginning with a single Big Bang and expanding forever, the Big Bounce theory suggests that a previous universe collapsed, reached an extreme state, and then bounced back into a new expansion. If this process happens repeatedly, the universe may have restarted many times already. Now imagine this restart doesn't take trillions of years but happens every billion years. A billion years may sound unimaginably long to us, but on a cosmic scale, it's relatively short. Stars live for billions of years. Galaxies evolve over billions of years. Life on Earth itself is nearly 4 billion years old. If the universe resets every billion years, then entire cosmic histories could unfold and be erased before they ever reach complexity like we see today. Or, maybe not erased completely. This leads us to one of the most unsettling questions. If the universe restarts, does it restart exactly the same way, or differently every time? If the restart follows identical physical laws and initial conditions, then every reset could recreate the same universe. The same galaxies. The same stars. The same planets. Perhaps even the same Earth, the same history, and the same people living their lives over and over without knowing it. This idea connects closely to a philosophical concept called eternal recurrence, the idea that all events repeat infinitely. If true, then every thought you've ever had, every choice you've ever made, has already happened before and will happen again. But physics adds complexity here. Quantum mechanics suggests that even tiny variations at the smallest scales can lead to massive differences over time. This means each restart could be slightly different. One reset might produce a universe with no galaxies. Another might produce one filled with life. Another might never form stars at all. So which is more likely, repetition or variation? To answer that, we need to talk about entropy. Entropy is often described as the measure of disorder in a system. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that entropy always increases. This is why broken things don't fix themselves, and why the universe is expected to move toward a state of maximum disorder, a heat death. But if the universe restarts every billion years, entropy must somehow reset too. This is a huge problem in physics. Some theories propose that at extreme conditions, such as when the universe collapses to an incredibly dense state, the rules of entropy might change. Space and time themselves could break down, allowing entropy to reset to a low value again. In other words, the universe could forget its previous state. If this forgetting happens completely, then each restart would be a clean slate. No memory. No information. No trace of what came before. But what if the forgetting is incomplete? This is where things get truly disturbing. If even a tiny amount of information survives each restart, then patterns could carry over. Not memories in the human sense, but subtle imprints in physical laws, constants, or structures. Certain types of galaxies might be more likely to form. Certain physical constants might drift slightly in one direction over many cycles. Some physicists have even suggested that the laws of physics themselves could be shaped by previous universes. Over countless restarts, universes that can survive longer become more likely. This idea is sometimes called cosmic natural selection. In such a scenario, our universe might not be random, it might be the result of billions of previous attempts. Now let's bring time into the discussion. If the universe restarts every billion years, what happens to time itself? We usually think of time as a continuous flow from past to future. But if time resets, then the past of one universe does not exist in the next. From inside the universe, time always appears to move forward. No observer would ever experience the reset directly. Everything, including clocks, atoms, and consciousness, would be reset together. This means no one would ever know the universe restarted. From your perspective, this is the first universe. From the universe's perspective, it may be the millionth. This challenges the idea that time is fundamental. Time might not be a universal truth, but a local experience tied to each cycle. Outside the universe, if such an outside exists, time may not exist at all. Now think about life. Could life survive a restart? In the most literal sense, no. A restart would destroy all structures, stars, planets, molecules, DNA. But if the same conditions arise again, life could re-emerge. Perhaps even intelligent life. Perhaps even beings asking the same questions we are asking now. This leads to a haunting possibility. We might not be special. We might just be one iteration in an endless sequence of universes, each briefly aware before being erased. But there is another possibility, one that is even more unsettling. What if the universe restarts because of life? Some speculative theories suggest that intelligence plays a role in the universe's fate. Advanced civilizations might eventually learn how to manipulate space-time, vacuum energy, or cosmic expansion. In doing so, they might trigger a reset intentionally or accidentally. If that's true, then the universe restarting every billion years might not be a natural process. It might be the consequence of advanced intelligence reaching a critical threshold. In this view, the universe is not just a physical system, it's a test. Civilizations arise. They grow. They learn. And when they reach a certain level of power, the universe resets. No winners. No final stage. Just endless attempts. Now let's talk about identity. If the universe restarts and produces a version of you again, is that you? From the outside, it might look identical. Same atoms. Same brain. Same memories. But philosophically, it raises a deep problem. If you don't remember previous cycles, are you truly the same being? Or just a copy that feels continuous? This question has no easy answer. It forces us to confront what identity really means. Is identity tied to memory? To physical structure? To continuity of experience? In a restarting universe, continuity may be an illusion. Now consider meaning. If everything resets, does anything matter? Some people might say no. If all achievements are erased, then effort is pointless. History has no final outcome. Progress is temporary. But others argue the opposite. Meaning does not require permanence. A song does not lose its beauty because it ends. A life does not lose its value because it is finite. Even if the universe resets, experiences still happen. Joy, curiosity, love, discovery, all of these still exist within each cycle. In fact, knowing that nothing lasts might make each moment more valuable, not less. Now let's return to science. Is there any evidence that the universe has restarted before? Right now, no direct evidence exists. But there are hints that make scientists curious. Certain patterns in cosmic background radiation, strange alignments in the universe's structure, and unexplained values of physical constants have led some researchers to wonder whether our universe has a deeper history than we can observe. We may never be able to confirm a restart directly, because any evidence from a previous universe would be erased or distorted beyond recognition. This means the restarting universe may be a question that science can approach but never fully answer. And that, in itself, is powerful. Because it reminds us that the universe is not obligated to be simple. Reality may be far stranger than any story we tell about it. So what if the universe restarts every billion years? Then we are living in a moment that has happened before and will happen again. We are part of a cycle older than time, larger than space, and indifferent to memory. Yet within that cycle, consciousness still arises. Questions are still asked. Wonder still exists. And maybe that is enough. If you enjoyed exploring this mind-bending idea, Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Information World for more deep questions about the universe, reality, and existence.